So you're back. How was Tamarin?
It was awful. I mean, it's I'm glad to be back. Yeah, I was able to get a lot done. Yeah. How did you go to Tamarin?
Start, yes.
No.
Correct.
So, the banking thing?
Yeah.
Did that work out?
The bank sure did work out.
I was really sorry not to be able to.
It's okay. It actually worked out really well. The fact that you wouldn't loan me the money. I asked Mayru, and then Mayru wouldn't loan me the money, and then I went and talked to Timaeus, and he actually went with me on this trip, which ended up being really, really good. I'm still like processing. What did you get done?
It was just family business for the estate. You know, since my father's been gone, you know, people have to be paid, and he's not there to pay them, and there's only so much the steward can do. So I had to go home and pay some bills and authorize expenditures and boring things like that. But so I was there for a few days, and then I came across some things, and I needed to talk to my father about them. So I went and talked to my father about them, which ended up being good. You
You went and talked to your father? Isn't he in Christosis with Lang and Arliss and
Yeah.
You went to Christosis?
Yeah, it was a really cool trip. Good scenery, and you know, I like trains.
I can't even be upset that you did that. I'm a little bit. Are you insane?
Hold on. You keep saying you went to Tamarin. Is Tamarin the part of Tamarin that you were in? Honestly?
No. We were looking into where my funding was coming from for my tuition and all that. And I knew it had been coming from the Shadow, but I didn't know exactly where. And to make a long story short, I was told that it was coming from the Bank of East Side. And so in order to see, they wouldn't give the information we were asking for, and so we wanted to go and see it in person.
Take it?
No, ask for it politely.
I get the impression asking for it politely would not get you very far.
I ended up not having to do much. I brought Andrew with me, and Lang and Arliss put me in contact with the Centurion of Eastside, and then I had Timaeus. So like I was well covered, and they mostly took care of it.
Alright, this is less stupid than I thought it was.
Yeah, only like one of those people was my idea, but you're right.
And you made it back.
And honestly, the person who was my idea, it was my idea to bring Andrew, and Andrew did a lot of the heavy lifting. I know you two used to. He's kind of insane.
He has a remarkable mind.
Mm-hmm. The Centurion got us into the building and into the manager's office, but it was his threatening that got us anything from the manager. Anyway, so we did that, and it was great. And we got the information, and it was really, really fine.
Then what happened? If you don't mind my asking.
We were being watched the whole time we were there. Some of my old associates are... They've got some sort of in with the bank. And so as soon as we came poking around my that information, they started following us, and they wanted to talk. You know about my shadow friend.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to talk. It wasn't great. And he's doing some terrible, terrible things in Eastside. And right now I can't do anything about it.
How did the Centurion react?
He's now. They're not prepared. They don't have the manpower to take care of it. All of the Paladinites are where you were.
Most of them.
The Shadow is building an army of talented kids. Right?
How is he getting them? Where is he getting them?
In Eastside. He's figured out a way to distribute talent on a massive scale to people who have nothing else to lose. And I gotta see it. It's a small part of it. He changed his tactics from subterfuge, single operative, just getting information, to on the offensive. Not yet, but soon. We've thrown them off. I think, actually, Andrew cut off their finance, but that's not everything. It wasn't a very fun outing.
Sounds very difficult.
Lang was there. Yeah. As soon as I told him what my plan was, he came up with this whole thing to tail us. And it was really good. He did. It was also hard in a different way, but yeah, so like I said, I can't really judge your decisions going across the continent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for being the one who voluntarily visited a war zone, your time in Tamarind sounds more dangerous. I'm glad you're home safe.
I'm sorry for the strange way that I asked you for help before. And I wish I could have given you more information then. And it was important. I don't regret that I asked you. I just regret the way that I asked you, and but it's good that you didn't.
It's okay. Yeah, I honestly, if I hadn't just been paying bills, it might have been different. If I had any money of my own that was not actually my father's money, things might have been different. But I'm glad it turned out. I couldn't.
So that's my reasoning for going where I went. What could you possibly have found? Unless it's...
I will tell you as much as I can. They're not my secrets to tell. As the elder Palant Knight of the realm, of course, my father keeps state secrets. I want to say I stumbled on things I shouldn't have. It was not quite stumbling. I found things I wasn't supposed to. And if my father had known that I would be able to find these documents, his position and his life could have been forfeit. But I couldn't unsee them. I don't know if that's actually informative.
Kind of just makes me more concerned, but I understand that you can't.
I have more confidence in my father than I did before. He told me the truth. And he asked forgiveness for lying to me. And
Sure.
That was a humility I did not expect, frankly. I would never have foreseen it. But I have more confidence in him now. He has fewer friends in the Century than I thought. And I say that to his honor, not to the honor of the Century.
The more and more I learn about the function of the realm, the less comfort I have that I'm a part of it.
It's not in the nature of facts to be always comforting.
But overall, you would say you had a successful trip.
I got what I went for.
Me too. You got a lot more. Can I help at all
Kind of
in any way?
separate.
I understand you can't tell me the details of your problems, but can I support you outside of them?
It's been great having you as a roommate. I'm really glad you're here, and I'm glad you're my friend. I really need a friend.
As I said, I didn't want to keep what I was doing from you. It's just easier sometimes to keep things. I spent so long, and I don't think it's entirely false that sometimes ignorance keeps people safe.
Yes.
And that's all.
I understand. I really, really do.
I support you keeping your father's state secret. I think I would trust you less if you did tell me.
Good?
I wouldn't, well. Never mind. I'm not planning on taking any major trips anytime soon, but it's not out of the question. I learned a lot about the shadow on this trip, and when the time comes, I'm going to continue looking out for it, and once I have more information, I am going to pursue it. So don't be concerned if when I head out again, but I'll let you know.
Thanks. Just let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I respect your willingness to see this through. Whatever it is.
Thanks. It's not. I will see it through. But it was less my choice and more my responsibility.
There's always another choice. There's always a way to run.
But doesn't make it right.
Sometimes. Never mind. Yeah. How's Morgan settling in?
I think he's doing well.